And we're live here today with the ROX mods, folks. It's been a bit of a while. We missed out last weekend, did not have enough activity to get anything going. We did have a couple of people qualify, and, well, we had some laps that look good in sake of it, but no race. Today, we're going to be at the historic, at least SLC, as it runs its first stage chassis race at the Monroe Street Circuit. There is 6 entries today. We got Jackson Cook that will be starting us up. Behind him, making a return after a long break, it is Turbo Stuntman. Glad to see him back. In the 20 car, in the NOS entry car, is Steven Waters. Nature Channel also up there in the back. He's the fastest car in practice. Shive 21, of course, the SLC Classic. And we got Braden. Look at that, the Victory Fuel 22. He's in a new car. That's our call out for the for that part. So watch the lights. Green flag. And the 5-minute timer will start as soon as the car crosses the start finish line. Looks like Brady's gonna be a bit of a sleeper. Remember, folks, to do a thing called pack leader. That'll determine when qualifying time. Currently, it's gonna be Jackson. Jackson making his way down through into the chicane. Now out of it, you're gonna try to get a list of track features. A couple cars gonna get a little bit loose there. It's a very tough and tricky track. You can clearly see a bunch of elevation change, which is a bit of a different thing from what we usually see in SLC. Anyways, we're gonna make our way into the Town Hall hairpin. Making our way out of it. Jackson Cook that currently leads us off as a virtual leader. This first sector sees the fastest at 26.137. Braden's taking it up to the track. Get those names. Making our way through the church straight and now into turn 9. Jackson Cook gets around. That's not going to be too helpful. Here comes Shive. Shive could be in position to take a pack lead. Now, for those wondering what that is a virtual leader. In other words, an unofficial leader, essentially, that determines when qualifying is done or not. We don't really get points for it, so drivers may strategize it, may go for extra time, or if they have a big enough gap, they might back it off if they've got pole and make sure that everyone else doesn't get that extra lap. That'll, of course, determine, based upon if there's enough time for another lap or not, that'll determine if we go wider. Whatever happens, of course. Lap 1 is going to be Shive of 131.366. We've seen definitely a lot faster, but of course, again, the track is difficult. With this little time, you're going to have to make the most out of it. Fortunately, unlike a lot of other road courses that we have in the schedule, you might notice, there's not really any track limits other than the walls. Again, through the courthouse hairpin after the Jefferson straight, and back out of it, Jackson Cook up from 6 to turn 7. This time a little bit better. Just a little bit loose off of Zetson, but he is going to recover pretty alright. Look at Nature Channel right behind as well. That is the fastest Sector 1 on the track, 26.773. Now Jackson Cook makes his way down to the church straight and into turn 9. Oh, and he's going to, again, he brakes too late. Again, these are full-size stock cars. They're pretty big. It's like running cup cars, basically, on this track. You mean your car has a coyote? I think I might have messed up on that part then, Jake. Oh, and Shive gets around. Look at Nature Channel. Purple Sector 2. And it's all about being delicate on that throttle. Look at him making his way down the front straight. It's going to be a 127.748. Now, that's a good-looking time here. Time is running now. We might have enough for 2 more laps. I think there might be a potential lap car that could be Jake. That's Jake out on the racetrack. So, if you get passed by your leader, this could be your last, or, well, next time. Could be your last time. Matt Farms joins. I guess I might as well let him try, but this is not an easy track. So without any practice, I wouldn't recommend even trying, but let me set that up for you. And this is definitely one of those tracks I would not recommend doing without practice. We are going to insert a car so you can at least get a lap in. Okay, Matt, take that car and get going. We're gonna have one lap here. Nature Channel making his way now up to the final lap. A purple Sector 2 for Jackson Cook. We'll be seeing that one in a bit. That being said, the lights go black. We are in the last lap. One lap to go. Once you cross the start-finish line, of course. Now, Nature Channel does improve a 126.646. That's looking pretty good. I just realized I think I know why Jake's car has a Coyote. I'll figure that out later though, don't worry. Anyways, making his way for the final time. It's a good looking Sector 1 here for Nature Channel. Through the church straight from turns 8 to 9. Down to braking point and out of it. A little bit loose there for the 60 car, but he does manage to keep himself under control. Again, this track is most likely about making the fewest mistakes as you can. Asphalt Racer Braden's gotten pretty good situation for himself. That being said, we are closing into the checkered flag here. Out of the final turn, out of 11, and up the hill over the crest goes Nature Channel. The checkered flag gonna come out. We have a white. Oh, we do have a white. Alright, can you guys make your way into turn 11? So just keep on rolling, do a little cooldown for me if you can. Should have. It's looking pretty alright for me. That being said, our current standings, we got Nature Channel up in the front. I think Steve Waters still finishing up his lap. His best is currently a 134. I think Steven is the last car and he's going slowly. The yellow is going to come out. Channel goes a little bit wide. I'll have to back it up. Full course yellow. Just head to the paddocks area again. We'll be lining up from the paddocks like we were. They're going to be turning right, not nailing the wall. Once you do so, the order is as follows. We will be playing the national anthem, of course, too. Jake, we're intending to race. I can fit your sound if you want to. If not, that's fine. No. We have enough drivers. But if you want to, I can. But that being said, can we please line it up single file at the paddocks exit? There's going to be the following drivers: Nature Channel. Second place is going to be Jackson Cook. We actually snagged it at the line. Can we give each other some space? There is going to be some lag upon startup, so give each other like a half car length extra. Don't be bumper to bumper, please, guys. Give each other some space. Give each other some space. Jackson Cook, you too. I don't want you guys being around each other because you can. You can back it up. and everyone else has to back up a little bit too. Alright, so it's Nature Channel, Jackson Cook, Asphalt Racer Braden, 4th place Turbo Stuntman, 5th place Chibe. 6th place is Steve Water, 7th place is Math Farm. So Steve, if you could please move it up here. Math Farm, stay in the back. So again, Stephen Waters, you'll be up ahead of the 24. I'd also recommend to do so, because I don't trust Math Farm's pace, since he only had a single lap here. So so Steve, if you could please move up. Steven, if you could please move up. Everyone else, please turn your engines off, hop out. We'll be playing the U.S. National Anthem. Steve, please move up. Alright, then I'll do it for you. My dog is yapping quite a bit, I do apologize. Let me turn your engine off again. Button is F. He indeed is. So let me delete the extra cars. By the way, once we do the podium, for those that are on the podium, that'll also be in the paddocks right next to the SLCORA trailer. It appears that I'm going to have to find a way to get this thing out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. I'm just going to fly this thing out. Equal cars, by the way. So again, this is going to be a 20-lap race. There will be 2 pace laps. Lap 1 is going to be to figure out what the positions are going to be. Lap 2 is going to be preparing to go green, and then from then on, we have 20 laps, hopefully, of green flag action. So that being said, let me set that up for us. Of course, we will be doing the national anthem as well. We're just doing. Actually, I might have to do. So to give us a second as we try to find a national anthem to work. Turn the engine off. Steve, don't start your engine yet. I haven't even done the anthem. Alright. Alright, well, gentlemen, start your engines. Once you guys are all ready, hop in your cars. This is, of course, the AFK check. If you need to go AFK, then hop out. Looks like we're still waiting on Nature Channel and Shy. I guess while we're here, though, let's list off your names. So give us a second here as we balance that out on the stream.
We lost Shab.
Alright, he'll rejoin in a second, I think. Yeah, he had to rejoin. From the back to the front, in the 24, it is going to be driven by Matt Farms. That is the 7th place driver today. Sister, my apologies. In the 20, it is Steven Waters. In the 20 car, he's going to be in 6th place. Shop having some issues, however, he'll be in the Cadillac 7 car representing GGS. Also representing GGS is Turbo Stuntman in the 26 machine in the 4th place spot. Just shy of the podium now, another GGS car in the podium spot, the 22 being driven by Braden. In 2nd place, it is Jackson Cook in the Patriotic number 38 car. Again, he's going to be starting up from the 2nd place spot. And now to your pole sitter. Who would expect it? I think everyone did. It is the number 60 of Nature Channel. T7J is going to be our pace car. So that being said, the lights are black. Shive is pulled up. Waiting on Shive. Alright, well, we got that order up. We're just waiting on Shives. Shives in his car, I think. Yes, he is. Alright, so go win the car ahead. Oh, wait, he jumped out again. Hold up. Alright, we are waiting on Shive to get into his car. Once we do so, we'll be doing our pacing. Just make sure to give space to the car that's ahead of you. Shive, please. Okay. Wash the lights. We are the yellow on the racetrack. Again, go in the car ahead of you goes. Go in the car ahead of you goes. Give up some space if you can. Does not hurt, especially when we're trying to figure out everything. We might have to have the car that is in last pass everyone once we get to the start-finish line, or once we get set up for the next lap. For mine, looks like we're good. Although Steve's laps are not fits. Now they are. Alright, so everyone is configured and set up. Again, this is the first time we have ran at Monroe since UD days, folks. So this track, a lot of significance towards us. It means a lot. There's a couple of old faces that have made it back. Of course, 2 people you see today have been on this track before. We have, of course, a pace car driver being driven by T7 Jake. I think he's hoping to do the GTI race tomorrow. We'll see. Another one, of course, in the 26 car that is driven by... that is currently Rebel's car, driven by Turbo Stuntman for the day. It's kind of been the generic DGS car this week. Or, honestly, just this entire season. We've seen Dabcat in that car. We've seen a couple of other drivers represent DGS take over that machine. Reminder, we don't do choose lane on street circuits, and God forbid we even try to think of doing that. But we'll get onto the track. So up ahead here is Haines Street. Of course, named after the real-life street name. You could actually see the sign. Shive's gonna have some issues. So just get Shive back into his position. Be doing 60 miles an hour once we're doing our actual lap. It looks like we're pretty much set to go. We will be waiting, of course, another lap, just make sure everything is settled and ready. It looks like Steven Waters is having some issues. So Steven and Matt, if you guys can get up there. You don't want to be in that situation. I also don't recommend redline pacing. Oh, it looks like Steven's pulling it in. Are you done? You done for the day, or just going AFK for a bit? No answer. Alright, well, I'm just gonna delete his car then in that case, I think. If he leaves, yeah, he left the BC, so I think he's done. So that puts us down to 6 cars. This is gonna be the lap that we go green, so the lights are going black. Hopefully, at least. There's some, of course, anticipation up in the front of the field. You got Nature Channel and Jackson Cook. This might be a race of a matter of survival, as we like to call them. There's a couple of different types of races. You got competitive races, very common on short tracks, and then you got races that are a bit of a matter of survival. Might be seen spread out field today, but you could also be seen. Who knows? You might be seeing back-to-back action of cars making more mistakes than you would ever imagine. There's a sissy getting a little bit loose. Turn these lights to yellow. You can see the positions on the left there. Let's make sure that everything looks good on the stream. We can hear my mic. We can hear everything else. Everything up is ready. As for positions, Jake just speeded up and pulled it into the paddock zone. Everyone else maintains 60 miles an hour. Or at least try to. I mean, of course you might have to brake there, but for the most part. Alright, Shive, get up there, please. Pace car is starting to leave us. We'll be changing the lights on the GUI before the lights on the track, be aware. So be looking at that yellow bar up there. I'll also be seeing when we go green. Jake then pulls it into the pull-off zone. Alright, folks, watch the lights. We'll be going green in a moment. No pass until you cross the start-finish line. Green flag. Allowed to pass one car shy. Do not pass more than that. Alright. Making our way down the hill. Here is Nature Channel. Jackson Cook side by side. Here's Braden up in the mid-up. Oh, Jackson Cook hits the inside wall. Jake, feel free to get photos. I'm going to focus on the hosting here. Nature Channel currently at the bleed battle with Asphalt Racer Braden. Braden at the front by a half bumper, but we are side by side for the lead. Look at Shy making up some balance there into the podium position. We're going to turn the lights to green on the racetrack. Nature Channel getting a little bit of a better edge. Jackson Cook makes a bit of a mistake. Oh, and Shy gets tied. What happened to Shy? Shy makes a bit of a mistake. It's fortunately earlier on in the race. You never know what could happen to you. Anyways, Nature Channel is going to lead us off, but Asphalt Racer Braden right behind it. Make things a little bit of a mix up there. Still side by side through the Church Straight. Into turn 9 they go, and out of it, Nature Channel going to go a little bit wide. Asphalt Racer Braden down the inside. He makes the pass for the lead. It looks like a good looking run for Jackson Cook as well. We could be seeing a three-way for the lead. Crossing over, and new leader is going to be Nature Channel in the 60 car. Look at Jackson Cook, though, with a lunge for the lead. Oh, and Braden is going to go around. That allows Turbo, Stuntman, the only man here that has ever driven at this track before, the opportunity of a podium. Now, let's see how long that one lasts. Jackson Cook is still right there behind the number 60 of Nature Channel. Again, any mistake made by any of the drivers could be significant. Shime complaining he can't see anything. See, he was stopped there on the track, so seemingly a bit of a tough day for the 7 Cadillac machine. He's doing God knows what. Might be pulling it in. I have no clue what he's doing. Anyways, Jackson Cook takes the lead away from Nature Channel. I did miss that, but easily as things are going, that could switch around, and I think, alright, so it looks like Shive has backed it off. We are down to 5 out of our 8 qualifiers. Jackson Cook slaps the wall just a little bit. Nature Channel still right there as we make our way through lap 2. A bit of a slap there to the barrier. Nature Channel going to get a little loose, but they keep it going. How's Asphalt Racer Braden going? Not too far behind. Looks like the closest battle here is the one at the front of the field. It's going to be close here between the 60 and the 38. The 38 goes wide into the barrier. Out of driving clean. Here is Turbo Stuntman. Turbo into second. Here's Asphalt Racer Brayden right behind Jackson Cook. Both of them made big mistakes. Again, that was an expectation. Today's going to be a bit of a survival race, a factor of making as few mistakes as possible. You could be a fast driver, or you could be a clean one. I think the clean strat has worked pretty darn well for Turbo Stuntman. However, those two cars behind him are closing in. They could change things up for the better for themselves. Again, Turbo is very familiar with the track. I believe they've done at least one race here before in the past when we were back in Indy. So I'm sure they're starting to get a little bit familiarized with the layout. On track, though, it is the battle for second place between the 38 of Jackson Cook and the 26. Oh, Turbo hits the outside barrier off of turn 9. That has been the trouble. That's a trouble turn of this track, it seems, at least with these cars. It is a very tight corner, 37 studs wide. That is the tightest track that the ROX mods do, and I think historically they've ever done. So that is another first. Looks like we're down to 4 cars, so pretty much a solid points day for those that finish it. There's only going to be one driver short of that podium. So as long as you finish this race, it's going to be a good points result, it seems. And as of now, 2 of those cars are in GGS. The back and forth, but they are still up there. Nature Channel doing a good job staying clean. We know that they are very good at road courses, so this is not unfamiliar territory. Of course, this is a bit different than typical SLC road course, the first true street circuit on the schedule. We have another temporary circuit, of course, the Hoosier Roval that we like to run. That is kind of an in-between a Roval and a street circuit. Sure, Matt, just stay off the track. I think little by little, especially with those little mistakes being made, I could actually see potentially a good possibility here. Jackson Cook might be able to close in on the lead. We look at the timing board, which I forgot to change for some reason. Not sure. We'll see. Just Channel making his way up and through the hill and down into turn 1, the Crowell chicane, as we call it. That is named after this road that we're getting onto. Of course, the water tower is up ahead. One of the areas I memorized a bit more. We do it a little bit shorter today than we used to. Of course, it's a bit more logical to use that version of the course. So we make our way down to, again, the courthouse hairpin. Let's watch the progress of Jackson Cook. Oh, Jackson gets loose. He'll save it. But, man, that's tough. I mean, he still has a solid shot at the podium. Field is kind of spread off into their own story. Again, one of the typical factors of survival race, so we'll be watching out for those mistakes. And Jackson's pushing very hard, but it's just really difficult. Look at Nature Channel, though. Green Sector 1, Green Sector 2. Can he get a top time? Yes, he does. It's a new quick time, 126.270. As of now, as far as I'm aware of, that might just be a new official lap record for the weekend. We'll be seeing that, of course, get faster as the classes that we run, if we do run all the classes. You could easily see that lap record change. However, as of now, that 126.270 is the fastest that we've seen on this track, at least in the modern age chassis era. Oh yeah, I forgot to put this on ED. Mr. Shell's gonna make his way down through the church straight into the breaking point. He gets through nice and easy. Jackson Cook is next up in line. Get a little bit tight on the braking. Then the next one down, and it looks like Turbo's gonna have a bit of a pusher on the behind. As Asphalt Racer Braden definitely putting pressure on the 26 now. So this, folks, is the battle to be on the podium. Of course, they got the podium by the SLCORA trailer. That is, of course, on turn 11 in the paddocks area. That's good looking. That's a by Turbo Stuntman. We'll be keeping our eyes on this battle. Oh, and Braden goes around. He had a good push here, but now he's going to lose what he was pushing for. He still has a solid points finish to get to. Matt, I don't know what to say. Regardless, solid finish potentially. Look at Jackson Cook though. He purple sector 1, and on a track like this, I don't know how he could really do that. 25.703. Finishes it somehow. Might be learning the groove. Something about that car now looks like it's starting to get on rails. Check the logs just in case. And nothing fishy here at all, actually. So Jackson Cook, a purple sector 1, purple sector 2. I don't know what it is about him. Something has changed. I can't really say I'm sure what that is, but it's almost like a gear has shifted in his brain. He's got the track dialed in now. Let's see what this lap looks like. 26.091. That is a second faster, so we'll be keeping our eyes on Jackson potentially. Maybe a little bit of turbo. I don't think that's going to change anything at the moment. So something about Jackson. I don't know what it is exactly. He's really switched things up. He's closing in on Nature Channel. I'm pretty sure he's also... I'm not sure what I did, but he's got it figured out pretty good. Look at that. That's a fast-looking Sector 1-2 this time. As we make our way into Sector 2 very shortly, down through the Charlotte Avenue, and into Turn 8. I actually kind of like that turn, even though it's a little bit boring as far as elevation goes. It's a very fun high-speed turn, followed by this very tough and technical turn. And you could really see that gap visibly starting to shrink down here. Jackson makes his way up the San Francisco-esque steps on Main Street. He's still looking a bit faster than Nature Channel. So it is a sudden switch up here. I'll let the man be locked in. Will this lap go faster? Yes, it will. 125.709. Holy smokes here. That is a hunt from the front from the 38 car. Now be watching from Nature Channel again. He's held the lead for almost half of the race now. So we are in lap 9 currently. That man is closing in hot. Head down through Charlotte Avenue for the next time by. Pretty solid Sector 1. Looks like Matt's actually cheering on Jackson. Jackson almost gets up to the wall, but he's at the limits now. Oh, that's going to be a couple mistakes, so that might be a bit of a moment of breathing room for Nature Channel. Again, not sure what happened there. He went really fast. Now he's back about where he was. He was making a couple of mistakes. Nature Channel, again, most likely trying to reestablish himself. Next time by will be the Cross Flags halfway point for the 4 cars on track. Bit more equally paced between these two, about 4.5 seconds.
Braden jumped out of his car.
Who did?
Braden. He is standing. Final turn.
Alright, but the yellow flag's out. Braden, get into your car if you don't want to fall a lap down. If you get passed by this guys, then you're going to be a lap down. Just a forewarning. They're closing in, so... race back happening. Keep on going. And Nature Channel is gonna get it back. That is a very stern warning to Braden. And to anyone that intentional cautions are taken very seriously as racing manipulation, so... I just want to say... if you're ever caught doing that, the penalty is to be suspended for a weekend. So. Current lineup as it is: Nature Channel first place, Jackson Cook second. They're a little bit closer now. Turbo Stuntman, who was holding a very solid podium spot. We'll see how that looks like after the restart. We're currently over halfway done now, a little bit. Just past 10 laps, so the Cross Flags came out with a yellow. It's going to be a while for these guys. Jake, they're heading their way up through Haynes Street. That is the straight between turns 9 and 10, which is just before you, so pop out in a second. Alright, here they are. Alright, meet up with the pace car. We are going to clear out the extra cars so there's less lag. So Shive, of course, he pulled off. His car is going to go. And so is Matt Farms. They've fallen too many laps down to continue. And I think Turbo's about to join the field. So watch them in a second. You'll be seeing them around the braking point. We will be going green on lap 13, most likely. Braden, just keep going full speed trying to get over there. Try to keep the lap times over 2 minutes if you can help it. You are still a minute behind. Alright, so we'll be going green on lap 13, so whether or not you've caught up, but I will just try to, if you can. And that's the Toyota Camry pace car driven by T7 Jake. Alright, so next lap we will be going green, because we don't want this caution to take too long. It's just taking way too long. So lights are black. I think Braden might be able to make it by the end of the lap, as he is about just on the other side of the straight. So. It's been really close here between Nature Channel and Jackson Cook. I'm not sure how it's going to look there between Turbo and Braden. So Braden's closing in, making his way into the courthouse hairpin. Braden is about to join the field, so maintain 60 once you hit the technical turn. Just slow down for this turn, of course, to take it, and then once you pass it, get up to 60. Jake, please start making your way off. Alright, so let's go 60 here. Let's go 60 here. Jake, please make your way off. That 2GR powered machine makes their way off. Remember, no passing until you cross the start-finish line. Try not to ride on the guy ahead of you's ass, or else I might accidentally call you as a jumper. Nobody wants that. You don't have to press the brakes, you just need to let off a little bit or let them up at the end of the turn. First lap, really. Alright. Watch the lights. Green flag. Green start. Alright, so our 4 remaining cars make their way into turns 1 and 2 through the crowd chicane. Brandon tries to get a push here, but he does run a little bit wide. We are side by side between Jackson Cook and Nature Channel for the lead. We'll be putting those green lights on, as it is nearly bumper to bumper between 60 and 38 car. Jackson goes a little bit hotter to the brake, and he's going to get too hot into the wall. That'll cost him a couple tenths here. And the 60 seemingly getting back to the status quo, but not by a lot. Not by a lot at all. Here's Jackson Cook with a run on the exit. Jackson Cook closing in that gap nearly again on the 60's bumper, now to the braking point. Again, Jackson gets hotter into the brakes. Oh, and Turbo gets turned around. That's going to allow Braden to make the pass. Braden now absorbs the podium from the returning driver of Turbo Stuntman. Meanwhile, for the lead between Jackson Cook and Nature Channel. Into turns 1 and through turns 2. Beautiful exit there by the 60. Actually looks like, for whatever reason, Turbo Stuntman has made the pass on Asphalt Racer Braden. That leaves us with our 2 cars here battling out for the lead. Okay, Nature Channel has not had a lot of success. He's been very close to the front, a lot of top 2s. Only a handful of wins. He did one at Indianapolis, and he has one at Richmond. That's about it as far as I can really recall. We got very close to Taruma in 2023. So this could be potentially another one. By the way, the last race we did in the ROX mods was at Indy, so this could be a characteristic, a trend. It seems like Jackson really has the ovals in nature. On the meanwhile, seems to have the road courses down pretty well. Little looseness there by Jackson Cook. Again, these two are pretty close here. We might be seeing them turning out to be a championship battle by the end of the season, for all I know. Looking nuts, it's here. 5 laps to go here. Oh, and Jackson hits the barrier. He's trying to get it back going. And his car gets stuck, but he gets it back rolling, so we're going to stay without a caution. He'll fall back into 3rd place. That leaves Neutral Channel with a clean track, and Turbo Stuntman up to the 2nd place spot. It's a clean race from here on. With this many laps to go, it is by far the number 60's race to lose. That's a good gap to make up there for the 38 car. As it is 4 laps to go, the number 60 making their way up the hill. And across it. And it looks like Jackson, for whatever reason, not caring about points today, he's going to pull it in. That means everyone today is bound to finish on the podium, doesn't want that Cheerwine. He says that he's going to throw a hissy fit probably in the interview today, so we'll catch a word from him once this is done. But Braden, benefiting off of that, absorbs the podium spot. Means Nature Channel pretty much has this race in the bag. He's just got to cross about 4, or actually really 3.5 more times. We will be watching from him. I do not believe the Turbo's at any risk of losing this. We do know by fact that Jackson pulling off in that matter can do nothing but help Nature Channel in his points battle. Might be able to close in on him towards the finale. These little races that will benefit him. He doesn't have he does not have quick time. He does have pole position, so that would allow him 22 points. I guess we'll be working on the point standings tonight in the ROX mods. Get you guys up to date. I know that Jackson, for the most part, was leading it. You're currently now 3 to go. Number 60 now making its way down Charlotte Avenue. And he's just got to cross it for 3 more laps. But, I mean, honestly, as far as it goes, I'm pretty sure he's got this one in the bag. The only other thing really to talk at this point, as long as there's no major mistakes, but change up things, maybe the battle per second could rage on if Braden closing that gap. Not a lot of time, about 15 seconds here, but of course, any big mistakes from the 26, big mistakes might be able to change that up. Not really sure though. 2 laps to go though this time for the 60. Again, our podium is just about locked. So all the Nature Channel has to do at this point is just to make his way 2 more times around the circuit. It's a very tough track, as you can tell, as it's been a survival race. Doesn't seem to be a survival of crashing, but rather a survival of patience. Some people seemingly lacking it. The most patient and clean driver today. I haven't seen him really make any mistakes. Nature Channel has been, as far as I'm aware, pretty much accident-free. Definitely does look like Braden does have a slight edge over Turbo Stuntman. Makes his way into turn 8 on his, I guess, preliminal lap, as we'll call it. Making his way up the hill. I just love this hill. It's very weird, a little quirky there with those step-ups. Kind of reminds me of Bullet from the Bullet Mustang. It's a fun movie. Kind of a bit of Gymkhana. With that being said, Nature Channel is going to close up to the final lap. The white flag coming out. Nature Channel just has to make his way one more time through this track, and he'll have it. Meanwhile, Turbo Stuntman is going to enjoy a top 2 finish, potentially here, after such a long break. It's been a very long time here for Turbo, but they're back, at least for this weekend, at least today, and it's great to see them where they've gone to. Again, Slow and Steady wins the race. They've been pretty clean, and pretty much without incident. Nature Channel makes her way clean through the courthouse hairpin. It's Turbo's time. Nature Channel going to make their way up into the Church Street for the final time by. Into turn 9. This is again the trouble turn. No damage physics and no mistakes made at all. It's just got to make it home. Got about 21 seconds to work with. Not much stress at all for the 60. This win's basically been given to him ever since Jackson pulled off. Nature Channel now making the way down the hill into turn 11. And up the hill. That being said, the checker flag is going to come out for Nature Channel, who wins it at Monroe. Great job there, Nature Channel. Let's see what goes on in second place. Turbo Stuntman. After a long break, I think over an entire year at least, maybe even 2, they're back at it. They're back at it for Monroe. They get a little bit of a drift off on the final braking point, making their way up the hill, back home in Monroe. They'll be finishing up in second place. A solid finish, I must say. We'll get to enjoy the podium, which we will be having on the paddocks for those curious. That's going to leave pretty much a locked-in podium here for the Victory Fuel number 22 of Asphalt Racer Braden. All he has to do is just make it to the start-finish line, and this race is a podium for himself, and he wants to be a little bit of show-off. See what he's going to try to do. Creeping up to the line. And he'll call it. I think he might just be turning it back. So again, we got to put him by the SLCORA trailer in the paddocks. We will be playing the national anthem of the winner. I guess it will be a Canadian. That seems to be the one that Devin Hugh prefers from his dual citizenship. So solid race. I know not a lot of finishers, a lot of entrants. 8 entrants, 3 finishers. But good job to those that managed to make it to the end. I was kind of expecting something like this. If the winner could please pull the car up to the podium, it's going to be by the trailer by the Cheerwine sign. There's some bottles of Cheerwine to enjoy. Don't drink them, I think, because you might delete them. That's a forewarning. Get your car up to the victory lane. go, Brayden. Turbo, you get to enjoy that second place. So let's play the Canadian anthem before we get our interviews done. Our drivers today get to enjoy some nice little Cheerwine. Give me a second here. The only version of the Canadian anthem we have, I guess, is the ROX version, so we'll do that. This is pretty close to the Canadian Independence Day, so I'll get that one for these two. Alright, we'll give it your race winner here, Nature Channel. Who wins it? At Monroe. So let's start off our interviews with yourself. Congratulations on another win, Nature Channel. Looks like you had this track pretty well dialed in today. I don't think you made any mistakes at all today, practically, as far as spinning or anything. So how did it go for you?
Pretty good. I didn't really have any massive mistakes. I did tap the inside wall quite a few times. I think when I was battling with Jackson pretty early on, but other than that, it was no mistakes.
Alright, well, it looks like you had the track figured out pretty well. I think you might have some criticism. We'll hear it out. That's fine. But,
No, I like this track. It's not good for racing, but it's pretty fun to drive, to be honest.
Alright, looks like it was pretty technical today. Your competitors seem to have it a little bit less dialed in than you did, so any track I guess you could have dialed in perfectly is at least a pretty good track for you to run. So I'll give you that. Alright. Is there... I'm not really sure what else to really talk about because this race kind of went a little bit dry at that point. I guess your second win, you've won on all three types of tracks, technically speaking, the ROX mods currently run. You've won on a road course, you've won on a street circuit, you've won on a asphalt oval. Is there anything else you're thinking of when it comes to that? Is that it? Mic broke? No. Alright. It looks like Nature Channel had some mic issues. So, again, thank you there, Nature Channel. Good job on getting one in. We'll talk to Triple Stuntman now. Thank you there, Nature. I don't know if you want to do a voice or chat interview. We'll allow you the opportunity to do either. I will unmute you, but I will also allow you to use chat if you prefer. Alright, you have it. So,
all I've got...
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead, sorry.
Well, congratulations on getting second today. It's been a very long time since we've seen you out here, but it does show that I think today's strategy was slow and steady wins the race. You were also very clean. So, I think you made a little bit of a mistake at one point, however, didn't seem to slow you down really all that much, as you still managed to take home a pretty darn solid second place, I must say. How'd the race go for you?
Well, I had to grab reverse a couple times, but since this track is basically first gear and second gear heaven, or hell if you are one of the 6 rage quitters. Anyway, all I had to say is, here's hoping to Kuratuck next year.
Jake, what do you got to say about that?
What?
Kuratuck next year?
I would be more than happy to run Kurtuck next year.
Alright. We'll think about it. We'll see how this weekend goes, running an old UD track all over again. It's pretty good to see this one back, of course. And that is actually it looks like Brayden isn't sticking around for interviews, so that just leaves Nature Channel and Triple Stuntman. So I think this is just a bit of a temporary venture as far as I'm aware. Just returning at least today, maybe the weekend. I'm really not sure what's up in your mind. Of course, the micros will be up on Sunday, and you seem to like those, so if that interests you. We'll see. Yes, it's a full weekend. Alright. Well, thank you there, Turbo. Honestly, I know we didn't have the greatest finishing up there. It did expect it to be a survival race. Of course, we expect that next weekend at Track Loans. We might as well brief you guys about what's expected this weekend. Sorry about that. That's my can of Red Bull that I'm keeping myself awake with. I've been up since 2 a.m., folks. Anyways, what I'd like to say, though, good start. We'll see what goes on tomorrow. Of course, 2 classes to expect tomorrow. 10 a.m. US PST. We'll be seeing the FOXBODYs, hopefully, for a short, I believe, 8-lap race. And then at 12 p.m. we'll be doing the GTI series again. GTI, of course, in a way, it's a bit of historically significant racing. If you guys are not aware of your history, GTI basically evolved out of what we used to do, which was back in the old days. That's pretty much all we did in SLC. We did UD racing on tracks very similar to this one, without all the nice barriers and stuff. And that eventually evolved into a GT3 class. That GT3 class has always been there. And while it's had pretty much big issues ever since 2022, we occasionally get a good show. I'm hoping we could get one going tomorrow. I think those cars could easily fit a track like this. Probably a bit better than the ROX mods. Those things are a little bit fat on this track. However, I think those GTI cars are bound to do good. We did a lot of work on them in the past couple of weeks to make them drive a lot better. So, we'll see what we get going. As for Sunday, 3 things to expect. That's actually the old GTI car. First off, at 10 a.m. we'll be doing the Formula Micros, I believe a 12-lap race. That's a bit of a weird number of laps, but with the pace of the cars being faster than the ROX mods, if we do string together 4 cars, we'll get it going. And then if we get 6 cars, we'll try to get the Super Indies at 12 p.m. for a 40-lap race. So that being said, we're also going to be signing up for the Patriot Grand Prix. We might do a class release. I'm not sure. It seems a little bit iffy as far as hype anyways. I do know that RFTC's got something cooking up, so I wish them the best of luck. I hope you guys see this track and also might develop a bit of an interest in trying it. Very tough track. Probably one of the more technical tracks. Does reward clean driving. It's not really any track limits. It's at the walls. That being said, though, to summarize this weekend, what's coming up is 12 p.m. or 10 a.m. tomorrow. All-American stock cars. Those are the FOXBODYs. 12 p.m. on Saturday, we'll be doing the GTI series. On Sunday at 10 a.m., we'll be doing the Formula Micros, and at 12 p.m. on Sunday, we'll also be doing the Super Indies. I believe the Midgets might also be delayed to 4 p.m. I'm not too sure about doing a class announcement or not. It does seem like hype is... I'm gonna be honest. The biggest reason is that people aren't signing their goddamn fucking cars, so can't really make a hype or release party if there's no cars to release. So yeah, we'll see about that. It might be Sunday night, 6 p.m., or it might be Monday night. We'll just have some pre-recorded messages and just allow people to join in. Not sure. We'll figure that one out. If there is any further news on that, we'll let you guys know as soon as possible. But that being said, thank you guys for turning out for today. I know a lot of you people didn't really seem to like how the track was today. Again, these are pretty big cars. So I'd say have a little patience and try out the smaller cars. It might be a little bit funner. Racing cars so I could fit on these tight roads a little bit better. I got to work on the pit road. Of course, there's a bit of an unorthodox pit lane that will come in tomorrow. It's not configured yet, but you will notice that Main Street is practically unused, other than this tiny little hairpin. It's a good-looking hairpin. Won't lie. Main Street's going to be a pit lane, though, so hopefully we'll get that going. Get our pits in. And, yeah. I think that should probably about do it for today, though. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to now close up the stream. So, it's been a beautiful Friday evening. It is still light outside. I cannot fucking believe that in summer. How light it stays, because, like, it never is when these races are done, but I'm pretty sure the sun is still out. So that's cool. So again, that being said, thank you guys for watching. We'll be up tomorrow at 10 a.m. with the FOXBODYs. If not that, then 12 with the GGIs.